is no place that you can go where God will not be able to see you. Even in the dark, He sees you. Even in your sleep, He still sees you. Even if you try to go to that secret place, which for some is the bathroom, He still sees you. So you can't run. So they're hiding from God, and they realize, they've done a terrible thing, all because Satan tempted them. All because they did not listen to God. And so God goes and tells them, since you decided to do this, these are the consequences that you will reap. Eve, since you wanted to eat the apple first, I'll deal with you first. When you give birth, your pain will be several times painful than what it should be. And Adam, since you want to go along and follow instead of listening, you're going to have to work harder than normal. You're going to have to work in the field. You're going to have to tend to the weeds and to the grass. You're going to have to deal with all of that. So your pain is going to be painful from the male perspective, but it's going to be the same kind of pain as the woman experiences with birth. And so he said this in verse 17 and 19. He said, he told the man, because you listened to your wife and ate from this tree, this very ground is cursed because of you. Getting food from the ground will be as painful as having babies is for your wife. You'll be working in pain all your life. This ground will sprout thorns and weeds. You'll get your food the hard way, planting and tilling and harvesting, sweating in the fields from dusk till dawn, until you return to that ground yourself, dead and buried. You started out as dirt, and you'll end up dirt. It's clear to see that in today, the devil is ever more present. He finds a way to sneak into your house, whether it be by your items or by those living in your house. We as Christians have to understand that sometimes we cannot be around people because they do not share the same kind of relationship that we share with God. We have to understand that things are not meant for us because we can't handle them on the same level as others. There's a reason why you have that job and not this job. There's a reason why you've experienced this kind of problem and not that problem, because God has made us all different for us to experience things differently and acknowledge Him. But the problem is that when we see something that we want to forget about God and listen to what the devil has planned and go ahead and get what the devil has for us. Recognizing and understanding that when you deal with God, He will give you the desires of your heart. It may not come when you want it, but when God deems it necessary, it will be given to you. You cannot rush God. You cannot tell God to speed things up. He does things at His pace, not at your own. When you put your hands in God's hand and allow Him to use you, you will reap the benefits of life. But when you stray away from God, when you doubt God, when you don't even acknowledge God, He's going to allow the devil to tempt you. The devil wears Prada. Each person in this church has something that they really like to wear. There's different clothing lines that a lot of people wish they could afford. The Louis Vuitton, the Burberry, the Gucci, the Fendi, the Prada, everything. Everybody wants it all. They want the cars. They want the money. There's a song out. Want the money, cars, clothes, some other things. And in the end, they just want to be successful. But you can't be successful without God on your side. That's the bottom line. Temptation comes in many forms. You could be in here single, and somebody can sit there and say, well, you have some nice eyes. And all of a sudden, you just get all googly inside. She said, I had nice eyes. Not realizing that that is Satan setting up a trap. There are people that drive around, car dealerships, they can really get you. If you're not with the Lord, they can really get you. This is a nice car. It's a 2010 Honda Accord. It's the best one out there. It can be all cars, but I'm working with the budget. I only have $5,000. Look, man, you can get this car. All you just need to do is just get $10,000 and you can have this car. You have to make monthly payments of $500 or something a month. But I'm telling you, you can get this temptation. It looks good, but it's not for you, not at this time. Oftentimes we like to do things on our own accord, let me go get this house. Did you pray on that first? Because if you ain't got the funds to pay for that house, you will need that house. Let me go on vacation. Have you paid your tithes and offering? Got quiet, didn't you? But see, when you deal with God, He will allow the things that you want to happen in due season. I'm reminded by my mentor, even when you're not in a physical relationship with someone, you still cannot be unequally yoked. Because some of the same people that you carry around as your friends are the same ones that's talking behind your back, slandering your character, stealing from you, degrading you, and when they're in your face, they just smile like nothing ever happened. They just smile. How you doing? Yeah, I was telling somebody about you the other day, but was it positive or negative? It's funny, because in life we deal with people, Christians, we're such giving and caring people. We're just so giving and so God-filled with love. And, if somebody is in need, we're giving them, hey, I need $5. Okay, well, God wants me to be, just be helpful, so I'll give you $5. But when you need it, they ain't got it. You borrow money, when you gonna pick my money back? They rushing you. They borrow money, I give it to you when I get it. Wait a minute now. I thought we were Christians. I thought we were friends. I thought we were homeboys. Not realizing that these people are only there to steal your blessing. Be careful who you hang around. Because some people are just there to not just get your stuff, but they're also there to get your blessing. Your blessing is your blessing, not everybody else's. God has blessings for them, but yours is separate. I want you to hear me. Can all of you all stand up? I want you all to stand up. It's more of y'all. Stand up. Stand up. There we go. Stand up here. You all are going to deal with something very critical in this day and age. Peer pressure is ever present. Ever present. If you don't have a relationship with God, you will go down. You will go down. You will go down. Get a relationship with God now, while there is still time. While there is still time. Today is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Next week is not promised. Get a relationship with God. You can have a seat. Those are my children. My children right there. We're going to get them together so that they can go out and be servants for God. But I said that because my mother told me this morning that 5 people were shot yesterday here in D.C. 5 people. And we talked about this on one Wednesday night. God has us in certain places at a certain time for a certain reason. Listen to God. Because whether you know it or not, had you been at the wrong place, at the wrong time, with the wrong people, doing the wrong thing, you could be in the same situation that they're in. All because of peer pressure. Let's go to the go-go. I've never been in my life. Never been. Why? Because I hear every time someone goes to the go-go, someone ends up getting shot.